These are the 6 goals of PARCC. Determine whether students are college and/or, we see that word again, career ready. Assess the full range of the Common Core standards, including those that are difficult to assess. And I put that in bold and underlined because I think that is really the primary goal of what PARCC is about. You need to assess a different type, a non-existent curriculum. You're trying to assess 8 standards of grade level. And some of those standards do not lend themselves to a multiple choice test. You remember the math standard about reasoning abstractly? You're going to boil that down to A, B, C, and D? You can't do that. It defeats the point of the standard. And so these tests are specifically designed, and we'll look at examples of that, of going beyond our standard types of questions. Measure the full range of student performance. I'm sure value-added teachers would really appreciate that right now. The fact of the matter is that all tests have a ceiling effect. And if you're scoring in the 98th percentile, well, technically speaking, I could give you the test again and you would score lower. It's just a matter of random chance, right? You're not going to be under the same personal situations, or, quite frankly, there's a margin of error in every single test. And that's something we should never tell our students, right? But there always is a margin of error, okay? Think of it like a political survey. Providing data during the academic year. How many of you are familiar with DIBELS? All right, I know we probably have some complaints about oral reading fluency, right? But at the same time, look at what DIBELS does. You have a test at the beginning of the year, have a test in the middle of the year, and also, small aside, why after the Christmas break? You get Christmas brain drain, right? So you have a test in the middle of the year, and you have a test at the end of the year. And I want you to compare that for a moment with the old way of us doing things. You have a very high stakes test at the end of 4th grade. And you know either 2 things when that student takes that test and finishes it. They either pass or they fail, right? Now, shouldn't you know that in October? Shouldn't you be able to identify their weaknesses in October and have some sort of intervention? Going along with DIBELS and going along with an RTI, response to intervention format that's very popular in elementary schools, it allows you to significantly intervene. PARCC sees that as one of the best practices in education today, and they're trying to model that with their assessments. So what they want to do is be able to test students multiple times a year, identify which core standard they may be weak on for you, and then you can intervene. And so the same great practices we use in elementary school, you can eventually start using in high school, middle school, etc. Just want to put it out there that elementary school teachers are the hardest working teachers today. I don't even know when they take a restroom break. By the way, also provide data for accountability, since that's part of Race to the Top. And then incorporate innovative approaches throughout the system. I hate that standard because it sounds nothing more like a big buzzword, right? What does that actually mean? We'll talk about it a little bit. I think that basically alludes to the technology.